Okay, what I do after I've hard-boiled my eggs and they've cooled off is I give them a slice down the middle and then pop out the yolk into another bowl. And I'm gonna do this to all my eggs. I could fit 24 deviled eggs in this pan that I have. And I'm just gonna slip those in there. If you're wondering how I boiled my eggs and why they're like so perfect, I have an Instant Pot and I just put them in there with a cup of water. I have a little rack that I put at the bottom of my Instant Pot, and I had it pressure for 5 minutes, and then I put the eggs in an ice bath when they were done and then cracked them open and they look like this. Okay, you have your bowl of yolks. What you're gonna do is you're gonna come in and you're gonna start crushing them up. Then I add mayonnaise. I use Best Foods mayonnaise. And for this recipe, you guys, I don't measure. It's really by taste and texture. But I start out with like 4 spoonfuls of the mayonnaise. 2 more spoonfuls of mayonnaise. Now I try not to make this recipe too salty because you can make it salty really quick and we have ruined a batch of deviled eggs before. They take a little bit of mustard and put it in. It's probably like a half a teaspoon. I start with that. I put in garlic salt. Now go easy. We're gonna taste this as we go. What I'd love to do with mine is grate some onion in. I want the onion juice. I mean, you could put onion powder in, but there's just, I've done it that way, but man, this tastes so much better with fresh onion grated in. And I don't know how much, I just do it. And I'll taste it, and if it needs more, I'll give it more. What I also love to put in my deviled eggs is some dill relish. You could dice up pickles, but you have to really make them fine. I like how fine the dill pickle relish is, so I just put in half of about a spoonful with a little bit of the juice in there. And then I'm gonna stir this up. The salt consistency is right on. I do not want to add any more. Sometimes I add seasoned salt to it, but I am not. Between the garlic salt and the dill relish, it's just the amount of salt. I do not want to over salt them. I don't have a nice piping bag, so what I do is I will put the mixture in a quart-sized bag and cut the corner, and then I'm going to start piping this mixture into the eggs. Now I'm going to cut this corner, and you know, you'll end up having not enough or too much, and you could always come back in and fill up the holes and fill them up and make them bigger. So I just want to make sure that I have enough for each of my deviled eggs, and I kind of just start off very modestly. When it's all done, I like to garnish it. So I like to use parsley and paprika. So what I do is I come in with my paprika and I start tapping the jar so it dusts each of the egg. Okay, and then what I like to do is take my dried parsley. I'll get a little handful in my hand, and with my other hand I'll crunch it up and sprinkle it over the egg. And that's how I garnish it and give it a little bit more color, adds a little more flavor to the deviled eggs. You of course can use fresh parsley, but no one notices when there's this much of a dusting on it. And that's it, you guys. This is how I make my deviled eggs, and they're always a crowd pleaser, always. So put in the comments down below how you do your deviled eggs. Well, thanks for joining me today, you guys. I hope you're doing great, and we will see you next time. Bye.